My dad has been a volunteer fireman for as long as I can remember. So it's always been in my family. And when I got to be a senior in high school, I realized the fire service was something I wanted to pursue.
I've been a fireman for 27 years. Started my career shortly after high school as a volunteer. Went to the school of hard knocks. I had a high school education and I started picking up some technical electives. My career got to a point where it was starting to become stagnant. So I needed to further my education more than the technical elective and the hard knocks that I had learned. I needed to put some initials behind my last name.
We capture two different audiences in the fire science program. We capture people that are just out of high school thinking they want to go into the fire service as a career, but we also get students that are already in the fire department, in the fire service, coming back to school to get that degree for a promotional test or for their own self-learning purposes. And the small classes really make that mix between that interaction between students much more deep, because you've got a student base that is both inexperienced and well-experienced coming together.
My goal is to help continue along that path of promoting the education and the readiness of the fire science students, so when they do go into the field, or if they're currently in the field, to make a more significant impact on the lives of others, since we do serve the people, but also to stay safe and help to be more proactive in being innovative and professionalizing the fire service.
I'm in a class with kids that are old enough to be my own, and I am the old guy or the dinosaur of the group. But it's interesting that in the area where I'm able to take some of my knowledge and pass to them, and they're able to teach me some of the new things that are coming out.
Each day before the start of class is a current event, a current issue. We do NIOSH case studies on fallen firefighters, historical fires where firefighters and people have passed. It's about learning about the history so we don't make the same mistakes again. We can learn in the classroom, and we can also learn from the experience of our classmates, the guys that have been around the service for 30 years.
There's guys in these classes, myself, a few other people that are in the class that have some experience. And we're able to add to the discussion the fact that the things that we're learning in the books and you're reading about actually do happen. And we can put real life scenarios into place.
What I enjoy about the fire science program here is just how small it is. I mean, it's kind of taken off, but as small as it is, the instructors it's real close. Any question you have is right there. And what I also love is instead of just the classroom, you get the hands-on training as well. So it's all together. It's not just classroom, not just getting your degree. You get the training too, and you get credit for it. So that's what really excites me about COTC, is just having all in one. It's a one-stop shop.
One of the issues with higher education, if we're not careful, we have a tendency to focus on the textbook and not take some of the practical issues that we see out on the street. This gives us a distinct opportunity to take theory and practice and put it together and let the student that's just coming into the fire service know how that relates to practices out on the street, and it takes that seasoned firefighter or that seasoned fire officer and gives them the opportunity to take that practical knowledge and open up another viewpoint as far as current practice, safety, and methods as far as fire protection and fire safety.
What makes our program different in fire science is that we have pretty strong partners, and I think in a good program you have to have partners. And what makes our program different is our strong partnership with the Ohio Fire Academy and CTEC up in Newark. CTEC has two different programs for two different audiences. They have their traditional high school program, and they also have their adult education program, both of which contain Firefighter 1 and Firefighter 2 training within them. And then our other partner, the Ohio Fire Academy, they offer every semester Firefighter 1 and Firefighter 2 at the Fire Academy on a full-time scheduled basis. So those are two of the big things that really make us different, is that partnership. Because while they go away to work on the hands-on skills at the Fire Academy or CTEC, when they come back here, we can focus entirely on the technical work, the book work, that makes all that hands-on work really come together nicely.
And when you take training and you take education and you combine that with experience, it's a powerful combination that facilitates efficiency and effectiveness in doing the job. It promotes safety, and it also makes a better product for our end customer, the public.
I've made a lifelong achievement goal eventually becoming a fire chief. This is a stepping stone for me. Once I finish I graduate in May, and my plans is to transfer to another university and get a 4-year degree. And hopefully that would give me the formal education to go along with the informal education that I have to obtain that goal.
The first goal in mind, I actually have a couple, is to be a full-time fireman paramedic. That's the first step. The next step after that would probably be investigations, inspections, kind of an executive job, kind of to further it, but right now is to be a full-time fireman.
It was time to feed my mind and get a formal education to go on top of what I already knew. And that's what I've done. And a combination of those two could be dangerous. I don't know if I'll walk out a better firefighter, but I think I'll walk out a better person.
That's what it's all about. One follows the other. I think a lot of the things that we do are about making us a better person, because a lot of the things that we try to instill in people or try to foster in people is that ability to be an independent thinker, that ability to think quickly on your feet, that ability to be able to see big picture things and how they relate and why that's important.
Big thing is it's a one-stop shop. You can get everything with COTC's fire program.